Next up in WBON TV's Meet Your Public Official series, we came down to Berea to talk to the young guy on Berea City Council, Steve Caudill. He told us about his background in finance and his love for hunting.
I'm from Berea. I grew up there. My mom and dad are from Berea. My dad moved here, went to Berea College. My mom was born in Berea, and they were at Berea College, got married, became teachers. My dad was a superintendent. My mom was a teacher for 30 years. So I was here, born and raised, and then left, went to Eastern Kentucky University for my undergrad, got married to my wife, who's also from Berea. We moved to Lexington, and then we were in a point where we were trying to figure out what we were going to do long term, and Berea was the obvious fit for us. We loved growing up there. We knew that we were going to have a family, so to raise our kids, we wanted to come back and be around family and be able to spend the rest of our lives basically in a town that we've always loved and continue to do so. I went to Madison Southern High School. My wife teaches there now, so we've really kind of come full circle because we came back and she's teaching at a school that we both went to. Undergraduate is actually in economics, and then worked on a master's in public administration. So didn't really think about it at the time, but it worked out perfectly for being a city official because basically an MPA is teaching you how to run a city or nonprofit. So
You're in your second term for city council.
Second term.
How did that come about that you decided to run in the first place?
Had people ask me, had people ask if I was interested, if I wanted to do it, steered me towards it and felt like I would do well at it, and they saw maybe me as an opportunity to start a next generation in city council and in city government, because unfortunately we don't have a lot of people who are my age or younger who are going into things like this, because it is a lot of work. You're giving a lot of yourself and taking away time from your family, but it's important work, because if we want the city to continue to grow and continue doing well, then we're going to have the next generation step up.
What do you think you bring to the table with your background?
An understanding of city finances and an understanding of the way that a kind of governmental budget works. That's probably my greatest strength at the moment, because I do have an understanding of that. And also the education piece of knowing the way that the laws work in terms of a city government, because so often people think that there are things that we can do and we can't, and they don't understand necessarily what our role is as a city council. We have a mayor-council form of government, and there's a whole set of laws that apply to that, and what powers we are given and what powers we are not given. And understanding that, I think, is probably one of my strengths, because it is really complicated, and it comes from experience. And really, if you look at our council right now, we don't have a ton of experience in that way, because we've got 3 people who are incumbents, and then the rest are new. And they're all great, and it's going really well, I think. And I think that as a council, we're being cohesive and working together. Over the last 3 years, we've had some fairly important things kind of coming down the pike for us. And one of those is power supply, which has been a hot topic. I can't say that any of us necessarily spearheaded that. I think Jerry Little's probably taken the lead in terms of really diving in and looking at that. But that's been a huge shift for us, and it will save us a lot of money in the future as a city. I would say the thing that I'm most proud of in this term is we got an 8-0 vote on a budget, and we haven't done that in 13 years, I don't think. And what that showed is that we can work together. We can look at things from a what's best for everybody perspective. There's not many cities in the state of Kentucky or in the country that wouldn't be envious of the position that we're in financially. 2 passions that I have are hunting, especially duck hunting, and training dogs, actually.
Really?
Labs, yeah. So I love to duck hunt, and I have a 6-year-old lab, and I love to work with her, and I'm actually looking for a puppy. So I was an assistant golf pro They're a fun fact.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So, you have that.
So I can throw that in on there.
Stay tuned for the next part of our Meet Your Public Official series where we talk to public officials all across Central Kentucky. If you have any recommendations, feel free to message us. For WBON TV, I'm Marisa Hempel.